What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. It's another World 11 video, but this time with a bit of a twist. Firstly, I did my top 5, then I did my Junior Internationals World 11, then I did my top North versus South. Now this video I'm doing my World 11, but this time with no injuries. So no injuries apply. I'm bringing back players that didn't play in the Junior Internationals and players who I think would stand out in this tournament. Obviously we have some familiar faces that you've seen already, but we've also got some new faces that haven't been there before. Now obviously we've all got different opinions of different teams. I know a few of you said, how can you only have X amount of New Zealanders or so many of these guys and less of these guys? Unfortunately guys, that's the team I've picked and who I rate. We obviously all have our various favourites and different types of players. I'm trying to go in an unbiased way to show favouritism to X, Y and Z. In fact, this team was hard to select because I've only got 3 South Africans in the team. But I'm basing it on who I think would or could have performed or did perform well. So obviously that's what the comment section is for us to discuss who would you replace in my team, or who would be your solid team. A lot of you guys have done that. Mean as he's a regular commenter on my page. He's always filling up with different teams, so feel free to do the same thing, because a lot of you have done that, and thank you to those who have let me know your thoughts on the comment section. And for those who agree, thank you, and for those who disagree, unfortunately that's the game of rugby that we all love and we all have our differences in it. But let's get to the first player of my team. As you can see, number 1 is Maka Vunipola. Fantastic England player, the forward who's done really well. He didn't play in the last test against England, but he's really been a strong force for England and his provincial team. He's stood out, he's strong, he's shown such an impressive performance, and it's a pity maybe he didn't get to shine as much as he could have against South Africa. But you know what, these things happen. But I'm going to credit this guy on how he's been playing in the past, and especially last year when he had quite a good one. Number 2 for me is a no-brainer, I think for a lot of you too. I've gone with the South African Marx, and I've made him my vice captain as well. Marx is a strong player. He's come onto the scene like no other. He's been such a great force for South African rugby. He's determined, he's strong, he's powerful, he gives his all, and he reminds me of a Brissot, not by stature and height, but just the way he's determined and just gets the ball, and he's a really standout. For me, one of the best hookers in world rugby today. Sad he couldn't play in the Junior Internationals against England, but that's what happens when we have injuries. A lot of the teams were affected in this June series with injuries. So for me, Marx is a no-brainer. Number 3, I've put him in all my squads, is Tadhg Furlong. He's been a genius at the ball. He's a fantastic player, strong, muscled, powerful. He's given such a powerful performance for Ireland. He's given such a powerful performance in every aspect of the game that he's played. He's strong, he's determined, and I've got a lot of time for that guy, and he's, again, a no-brainer in my squad. Number 4 is also a very fantastic player, Brodie Retallick. Unfortunately, he was injured, couldn't play against France, but man alive, for those who are fans and big respect of people of rugby, know how good this man is. He's a genius with the ball. He's also strong, powerful. He breaks through, he gets the ball, and he just never gives up. He's got the right attitude for it all, and he just keeps on going. Personally, when I look at the man when he's playing, he's terrifying. He's a terrifying guy, but a fantastic rugby player, and he's definitely made my squad. 5, a lot of you have asked where the heck was this guy in previous videos, but now he is here, and that is Maro. He is a fantastic rugby player, shown a lot of strength for England, also powerful, determined. He's got the ball and he's just made a stand-up performances for England over the past year or so. He's really looking good, he's looking strong, and I think as England go into the World Cup preparations and into the World Cup next year, he's a big force that England need to have in the squad. squad. Strong player, determined player, and he could scare a few teams going forward. 6, I've gone with South African born CJ Stander. Obviously plays for Ireland now because the stupid coaches did not want to select him in South Africa. Fantastic rugby player. We all know his strength, his capability, what he's about, what he's for, how he plays, how strong he is. And he is another example of dynamite. Comes in small packages. He's not the tallest bloke, but bloody hell is he one of the strongest. Fantastic player and a definite asset to Ireland. To his provincial side, he's strong, he's everything that a rugby team needs, and for me, I had to select him in this team. Obviously yesterday's video had him at number 8, today I've got him as number 6, but there's a reason, because I have another man in place for number 8, and I couldn't leave out CJ Stander. Number 7, I've stuck with the man who I've put in all the previous videos, and that is David Pocock. True legend of the game. I was going between him and Michael Hooper, but just from an experience point of view, I went with David Pocock. He's such a good stealer of the ball. He's been playing for so many years, well experienced. As I said in previous videos, he hadn't played rugby for such a long time, but he came back, showed Ireland how to play, gave them a run for their money, and was truly strong in all aspects of the game. So for me, David Pocock was a no-brainer. Number 8, no surprise for people who have been following me for a long time. I've got a lot of respect for this man. I rate him highly as a rugby player, I rate him highly as a captain, and I rate him even higher as a man of such great sportsmanship, and that's Kieran Reid. He's a true leader, he's a tough player, he gives it his absolute all. He's got so much respect for the jersey he wears, be it in the Crusaders, be it in the All Blacks. He's got so much respect for his team, and you know what? He's got so much respect for his opponent. Every time after a game, whether All Blacks have lost or won, the man is humble in defeat, he's humble in a win. He always credits the opposing team, and for me that is a true example of what the youth, the youngsters need in a captain and a hero. Is a guy like Kieran Reid. He's a true example and a fantastic player, an ambassador of New Zealand rugby, and he had to be in my team, and he had to be my captain as well. Number 9, again, no-brainer, guys. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's one of my favourite rugby players of all times. I nearly said Faf, but sadly it's not Faf, it is Conor Murray. This guy is a genius with the ball. He's showing what he's capable of. He's showing how strong he is. He's showing just the quickness, the tacticalness. He's just a genius all round with the ball, and he will always be in nearly all my world teams just because of how good he is. I rate him very highly. Now number 10 may come as a shock to you guys, because I know you've always seen me do Conor Murray and Johnny Sexton, but today I wanted to spice things up again, spice things up a bit, and put in Conor Murray with Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett is a genius with the ball. Sadly, the man was injured in the final test and during the second test as well, during part of it when he got tackled and landed badly, but this guy is a genius with the ball. He's such a clever rugby player. He's a tactical kicking genius, he's a running genius, he's a passing genius. When he wants, he can be a place kicking genius, and the battle I'm most excited for the end of the year is Johnny Sexton versus Beauden Barrett. These two are going to give an immense performance and are going to show, rightly so, why they are the best fly-offs in world rugby today. I'm excited to see what they have in store for us, but for me, Beauden Barrett, I'm making my fly-off for this World 15 team. Number 11, another no-brainer, Rieko, Loane. I've gone for him once again. He's a true asset, he's a true genius, he's quick, he's fast, he's brilliant with the ball, he runs like a champion, he gives so much momentum and strength to New Zealand rugby. He's really showing why he's the best in the world, one of the best wings in the world of rugby today, a true genius of the game, and I've got a lot of time for him, and he had to be in my team. Number 12, is Johnny Sexton. Now this may come as a surprise to you guys. Probably would have thought I would have picked Owen Farrell. But for me, I want to see Johnny Sexton and Beauden Barrett in one team. Just think of that combination, guys. Johnny's played centre before. I've put him at 12. I think he would be a great asset for the team. He will show his strength, he will show his determination, and my word, will he not. He'll just make an impact. And the teamwork between all these players could really gel up something magnificent, and I think it could be a world-dominating team with Johnny in the squad with Beauden Barrett. So Johnny Sexton is number 12, and you know why I've selected him. I rate that man high, very much highly. Number 13, Jonathan Davies from Wales. I've put him in the squad. This man has had such an impact in Welsh rugby. He's shown why he's a force to be reckoned with. He's one of the top centres in world rugby today. He's given so much effort. In the Six Nations, he stood out. Last year in the Lions tour, he stood out. He's a true champion of a player and a really great centre, and he had to be in my team. 14, a player who I haven't selected in my team as of yet, but I had to put him in this one, is Ben Smith. This man is a true genius, and if we have to look at what I'm basing this team on, what I've seen in the past year and a bit, and for me Ben Smith is a true legend of the game. He's experienced, he's talented, he's quick, he's smart, he's a fantastic player and again another great ambassador for New Zealand rugby, and is definitely a contender in my team. True amazing player. Number 15, you guys know who he is. It's Israel Folau, another fantastic All Black Australian. I don't want to go into too much detail because I have chatted about him already, and he's a fantastic player. Strong, quick, and brilliant ambassador. Right, so what I thought I'd do different in this video, which I haven't done in a previous World 15 video, is do the bench. Why I wanted to do the bench is to create a bit of give the players that I haven't given a chance, give them a chance, and also to bring in some players that I really want to bring into my team, and also to give a full aspect on who I'm thinking of in my World 15 for 2018. Obviously, I'll redo this later on in the year after the championship and the November internationals, but for now, let's get to my bench. As you can see, number 16 is the Irish legend Mr. Healy. This man is a genius in all aspects of rugby in Ireland. He's given so much. The man is just going stronger and stronger, even at his age. I mean, he's a true legend of Irish rugby. Had a little bit of a quiet session in Australia, but when he played for Leinster, when he played for Ireland in the Six Nations last year, he was really an asset. He was really a leader. He was a strong player within the team, and for me, he had to be in the squad. I could not select him. It was a tough one. I was going between Beastie and Kitsoff and all those blokes, but for me, I had to pick in Mr. Healy for number 16. Number 17, I've gone for the man who's been injured for quite some time, and that's Mr. Dane Coles. This guy is a genius with the ball. He's a true ambassador of New Zealand rugby. He plays so hard. It's unfortunate that he's been injured, but Mr. Cody Taylor has been filling in his shoes very well for him. But Dane Coles is a true legend. He's a brilliant hooker. He's a great asset, you know. He keeps going, he keeps moving forward. When he plays, he always makes an impact with the All Blacks. He shows his strength, his commitment to the game, and he had to be in my squad, and I hope the man returns very shortly. I haven't heard much about the update. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section, but I wish that man a speedy recovery, and hopefully we get him back. Then number 18. We go to the man who's been injured for quite some time now. That's Eben Etzebeth. He was our captain last year. He had a great season, but for me, the captaincy took away his playing level. I think when he comes back, and hopefully, my opinion, isn't captain, he's going to be back to his strength, his real strength, and show the world why he's one of the best locks in world rugby. He's a true legend of the game. He's strong, he's powerful, he's determined, he's a bit like Brodie Retallick. He's got that scary look on the face. If you want to hurt him or cause shit with his players, he's going to destroy you. One shot. So for me, Eben had to be on the bench for me. Number 19, this was a tough one because it's Dwayne Vermeulen, but it was between Dwayne and Kieran Reid, and just from the experience point of the success of Kieran Reid, I put him in my starting lineup, but Dwayne had to be on my bench because I could not leave a legend like that out. As I said in previous videos, he's in my top 5 and top 15 video. He is an asset to the Springboks. He's strong, he's determined, he's powerful, he's a great leader within the team, and I had to keep him in the squad as well. Number 20, I've gone with Aaron Smith, one of the best scrum-halves in the world rugby today, followed by Faf and all that. This bench was very hard to select because I was in between Faf and Aaron, but the reason why I picked Aaron in this team is because of the man's experience, his leadership qualities, the way he plays rugby. He's strong. He's just probably one of All Blacks' best scrum halves to date. There are other greats. I mean, All Black Rugby has been blessed with fantastic guys. I personally highly rate TJ Perenara. I see him as one of the best. But with Aaron's experience and the way he plays, the way he's just kept at it, and his consistency, I had to select him in my team today. It was between TJ, it was between Fuffy, and obviously Aaron for the bench. It was hard, but I think I've made the right choice in picking Aaron Smith. He's a great player, a true leader of the game, and I think he would make a fantastic bench player in my team. 21, I had to select him. I know a lot of you say he's useless, he's a prick, but that's obviously not the English subscribers. It's for guys from Ireland, Wales, all the other countries around the world. But Owen Farrell is a true champ for England. He's played well, he's strong, he's determined, he just gives it his all. Yes, he has his whiny moments, guys, and he has his discipline issues, but he's a true hard-working player for England when they're on fire. Last year he played Lions rugby, he played for England, he was strong when England was good. Again, in the third test, he stood out and took control of the game and helped beat South Africa. If it wasn't for Owen Farrell, we might have seen a different result. But for me, Owen had a key role in that victory over South Africa in the last test, so I had to pick him in my team. Number 22, I've gone with the one and only Sonny Bill Williams. Probably personally one of my favourite centres in world rugby because of how quick he is, how fast he is, his dummy work, his passing skills, his brutal strength within. He's a true champion. He's an all-round sportsman. He's a gentleman on and off the field. Yes, I know he's had past history, but he's grown up and he's really shown world rugby why he is at the talent where he is today. Fortunately, he was also injured, did make an appearance in the third test, but against tough teams, that man really doesn't give up. I know a lot of people said he was a bit weak last year, but I really rate him highly, and I had to put him in my team. But just because of the little bumps in here and there, that's why he made my bench today. But I could not have a team without Sonny Bill Williams. And number 23, it's a guy from Scotland, the country where my father was born, and that Hoggy had to be in my team. Pity he couldn't make the starting lineup, but for me, between Folau and Hogg, it's honestly so even. But I just think Folau, it really is tough. I was excuse me, I was on the bench 50-50 for who to select, but personally for me, I think I've made the right decision just because Folau's brutal strength, the height, level, and capacity that he can play, and no disrespect, Hogg is just as good, guys. I'm really trying to just find stupid excuses, but between these two players, anyone could play. A lot of you said Hogg's the best in the world. A lot of you said Folau's the best in the world. Personally, it's an evenly matched balance between the two. They're so different, but so brilliant, if that makes sense. It was a tough one. Willie LaRue was also in the running for this one, but I'm just judging on what Hogg did for Scotland and what Folau has done for Australia. The impact they've had, and the reason why Willie didn't get selected is because last year Willie hardly showed up for South Africa due to those stupid rulings. So for me, it was fair to pick these two fullbacks as my bench and my starting fullback as well. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Something different. I know it's a lot longer than I normally do my videos, but I thought I wanted to get into a bit more detail into this video and just share my thoughts and give you something longer to watch for a change. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with all future rugby videos, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.